Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Financially Forever After a Love and Money podcast. We are your hosts, Lindsay and
Brett, the moneymaker Shunkweiler.
Here to offer some love and relationship advice because we've been married and together for over 20 years. That could be middle or that could be seen as a lot. I don't know. Or that could be seen as not very a lot.
Okay, so hold your horses. We have not been married over 20 years.
Well, we've been together over 20 years. We've been married almost 19
married
years.
since 08.
Correct. But our anniversary is coming up. Oh, 18 years.
Yes, it will be.
My math ain't math.
Will be.
But we have been together almost
we have not been married
years.
20 years, though.
Correct.
Been,
I don't think I said that. We're going to listen back. And
you said married and together. So the thing is, like,
merged.
Together longer, married not that amount.
We basically were children when we got together.
We go together
like
ding-a-ding-a-dong.
See? Valentine's just happened not too long ago, and you are the peanut butter to my jelly.
That wasn't this year's poem.
Oh, yes, you did write me a poem. I do actually really like that.
Mm-hmm.
We got a tangent here. What are you going to talk about today? What do you do on this podcast? What's your
yes, we did. So usually we have some weird story or get off topic first. Then Lindsay will talk relationship, love, something to do with relationship.
Not always love. We could talk about friendships. We've talked about grief. We've talked about children.
Yeah.
But then you also give the
financial tips. And we will talk today, teaser, retirement.
Ooh, retirement.
Mm-hmm.
That's like coming up for us. We're in our 40s.
It's actually
that's sad. I used to think retirement.
Growing up, I was like, oh, you're 40-year-old. And I'm like, I'm 42.
Yeah,
so.
Now we're ancient compared to what our kids think of us, though.
Yeah.
But going back to Valentine's, I wanted to bring up something we did funny at the office. You want to share with the listeners out there what we put together for our financial clients?
Yeah, so what we did is we took all of the faces of the guy employees or advisors or whatnot here at Hunkweiler Finance, and we made a Hunkweiler.
Play on our last name.
Hunkweiler calendar 2026.
Yes.
And now...
But it's AI generated.
Oh, AI, sure.
Their faces on these
massive
overly
strong
muscles.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me,
all tactfully
Australian
nothing
but the Australian firefighters calendar where they're like holding puppies.
I was the firefighter.
You were, but
rescuing kittens.
All of them had like themes, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, Hunkweiler calendar.
Yeah, so this morning we came up with, that's a marketing ploy, the hunk of the month.
Hunk of the month.
Hunk of the month.
Yeah.
So
with a little bio about
them. Yep.
Yeah, that is going over well. So some of the lady clients are excited about that. But then we did get the question from our male clients when we were going to have
the ladies one.
And our daughter said the same thing. She's like, "What about the ladies? What if we had a diva calendar?" I'm like, I like that. So maybe next year we'll bring out the divas.
What are the damsels in distress?
We're not in distress. We're not damsels. We make our own.
I mean, what is damsel even?
Damsel is like someone who's in need of something, of saving, of rescue.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't no damsels. We can save ourselves. We're divas.
We're strong, independent women.
Yeah. Except for when it comes to changing a tire. Can you help me with that? Some girls know how to do. My dad did teach me way back when, but I don't want to.
You're like, I got you. Why don't I?
Or now we have our son. You do probably need to teach our daughters too. Our daughters.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say teach our son.
But yeah, let's get into our segment.
Yes.
You know you're getting old when we should have like walking with a cane.
We should have some background music.
Old one. I have a good one to go back to Valentine's Day. You know you're getting old when for Valentine's Day you go to the home and garden show on a date.
And we've seen multiple couple friends that we knew as well.
We did.
We had a glorious time talking like three other couples.
Landscaping. We talked new home improvement.
We're like, oh, we see you guys have a glorious Valentine's Day as well.
You're adulting hardcore when you go to the home and garden show.
We even took one of our daughters.
We did. We kind of bribed her, but yes, she did go.
What did we bribe her with?
She got out of doing like chores around the house.
Oh, yeah.
The other kids had to stay. We're at that point of our children. We have to be bribing them to go out with us.
You know you're getting old when you have to bribe your
children
to go out with you.
You know, it's funny too, because now we're begging them to be with us, but I stayed at home with them, and I remember them. I would just need to go to the bathroom or anything, and they would stick their little fingers under the door like, "Mommy, are you coming out soon?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And now we're begging them to come out with us.
I think as we get older, we get wiser, just like a fine wine. And we realize what? We realize time, right? I mean, time is in my opinion, the biggest thing that you want back.
Yeah.
You want to have more of.
So true.
You want to enjoy it with the people that you love. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, so true. I have one more that I thought of recently. This doesn't really apply to me or you, but it applies to me for sure. And I'm sure other people out there. You know you're getting old when the thing you look forward to the most in the morning is your cup of coffee. Like, I go to bed excited knowing that, when I wake up tomorrow, I get a cup of coffee. That's so...
I thought you were going to say going to sleep in bed at night.
I definitely go.
I wake up and I get excited about going to sleep at night.
Talk about getting old. So you and I started taking magnesium at night because you don't ever sleep. And then I teach classes sometimes, and my muscles are just aching, and sometimes I struggle to sleep too.
What type of classes do you teach that you would need that?
I teach Tabata, a fitness class.
Okay, I didn't like. I teach
like what
English class, and my body gets so sore.
Fitness class, but probably I would get sore from that too. But yeah, we have been taking magnesium. Talk about again getting older, but that's for youthful people too. I think magnesium is a great thing to take. It helps you sleep better, but it's working, isn't it?
I didn't know anything about magnesium until you introduced it a little while. So tell people, what does magnesium do for those who don't really know?
It helps with like bone and muscle joints. I know it helps with sleep. There's a lot of benefits to it. We take a powdered version. I know people sometimes take pills or gummies. We take the powdered one. My sister, same thing. She always had trouble turning her brain off, and I got her on this powder, and she's like, "This is amazing." So
magnesium brought to you by LindsayMD.com.
Name drop the brand until they decide they want to monetize us, sponsoring us
financially forever after.
All right, well, let's get into our relationship topic today. I want to do a disclosure before we get into this, because it could be a little. It's not a bad topic. It's just First, because we have a wide range of listeners out there, age demographic wise. I don't want to ruffle feathers, but the topic
kind of like, I don't want to offend you, but I'm going to say something offensive.
But I'm going to offend you.
So I'm going to say something ruffle some feathers.
I say that because I know my own parents think that this word is offensive, but I'm like, well, it's what you are. It's literally your generation. So the topic today is millennial parenting versus boomer parenting. So I think you and I, we are millennials, but I identify as a very older millennial.
We're not boomers, though.
We're not boomers, but I would almost say most cases we're like Gen X, because we didn't grow up with technology like the millennials did. So we're kind of in the crosshairs of a little Gen X.
I don't identify.
I know. But anyway, my parents struggle with the boomers. I'm like, well, you were a baby boomer. That's literally what you are. So I don't know what
does it mean to be a baby boomer? Didn't you learn this recently?
What it means?
Yeah,
because the baby generation, they were booming out those babies.
There you go.
Yeah, which doesn't make a lot of sense, because we're there a lot of wars during that time. So how were they booming out the babies?
Maybe with people who weren't fighting the wars.
I guess. But anyway, let's get back to it. So, parenting philosophy, authority versus partnership. So boomers, and this is just a generalized, not all boomers parent like this, not all millennials parent like this. I just want to clear the air there, but this is what that says about boomers. Majority would say, because I said so. Parenting was more, that was just a phrase. And I know my parents use that all the time. Or I'm the mom, I say so. I think, again, I'm identifying as an older millennial. I know I use that on the kids. Like, I'm the boss. I said so, that's why.
I think even the last couple of weeks, like, hey, you don't need any other reason other than
I said so.
That's all you'll ever need.
Yes. So again, that's where I think we teeter on we're a little toe dip and not a boomer side, but again, the Gen Xers.
What's the millennials?
Millennials, they're more collaborative. So they'll explain decisions, they'll validate feelings. Again, not all millennials focus on raising emotionally intelligent kids versus obedience first. Kids are encouraged to question and express themselves. So what do you think about that?
Not true.
I think it's portraying the boomer side in a bad light in that case, because they're saying, well, you all did it wrong. But I think our generation is hard workers.
I don't think, you're not, let's be clear. You're not saying that the other generation is not hard workers.
No. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying in the boomers' defense, I don't think them saying because I said so was such a bad thing to tell us.
It's like a respect thing.
Yeah. It's
in my opinion, it's like, hey, I'm old.
Yeah.
I've been around. I know things. Correct. I know things you don't know. You think you know everything.
Yes.
But just do it my way rather than actually explain it.
Yes.
But yes, this is the correct way to do it.
And then I do like the millennial approach too, because getting to an explanation with the child as to why, like, this is the reason why, because of when you're just saying, because I said so, that doesn't really give the child an opportunity to understand why. Why am I saying so? So I do think I started to implement that a lot. I would say, because I said so, and here's why. For the kids, especially as toddlers, because
so you do both of them.
I kind of do both, because I wanted to have them understand the reasoning behind it, because mom's an adult, mom knows it's not safe to go running out in the street because you could get hit by a car, and mommy and daddy would be very sad because you could get really hurt and go to the hospital. Or I don't want you to touch the stove because it's really hot. You could burn yourself really badly, and you know when things are really hot, that hurts. That would make you cry. So kind of explaining it to them as opposed to, well, I said so and that's why. That kind of approach. Yep. Makes sense? Yep. All right. Number 2, mental health and emotional awareness. Millennials openly discuss anxiety therapy, emotional regulation, trauma cycles, and breaking generational patterns. Boomers generally emphasize toughness and resilience over emotional processing. Again, please know that this is just a topic. Generalized. This is not everybody. This doesn't fall for everybody. Mm-hmm. I do agree, though, that millennials we're more self-aware with the anxiety, with the mental health stuff, as opposed to when we grew up, that wasn't really talked about at all. And I know I struggled with anxiety. I just struggled with a little bit of depression, but things were kind of just swept under the rug. It wasn't something you talked about. And my sister and I brought up a really good point just recently, actually, about feelings, where our brother had to go through a very traumatic experience. He was on the volunteer fire department, EMT, and he had to witness something that no teenager should ever have to witness. And I just don't remember really having a conversation or talking about going to counseling or things that.
Do you want to tell people what it was?
Probably should have. I don't want to go into that, because I know my brother does listen to this, and I don't want to reopen anything. But it just know that it wasn't a good situation for a teenager to have to witness. He had to go through something very traumatic. So I think nowadays, if that were to happen, that'd be something. The first thing we would talk about is your emotions. What are you feeling? How are you coping? Do you need to seek counseling? Those kind of things. Whereas when we were growing up, I really felt like that wasn't something we talked about. Even so, our oldest are 16 and 13. I struggled with postpartum for basically all 3 of my pregnancies. I would say the third one was the only one that they finally started to really address postpartum depression, as opposed to the other 2. It wasn't really something that people talked about. It was, again, suck it up, you're a mom, deal with it kind of thing. Whereas now they realize it's a huge problem many women have to go through and experience. So I think just talking about it more, there's resources, as opposed to, on my first 2 pregnancies, and even way back when, that probably wasn't something that was available to a lot of mothers. So what do you think about that, the emotional and mental health side of it?
I mean, it's harder for me to comment on it. And the reason I say that is never really had it. I've never really had to go through it. So I just got to try to be supportive for those who have gone through it. And I don't know. I just kind of put my head down and do what I got to do. But at the same point in time, I don't have some of those anxiety issues. I mean, obviously, I'm a guy, so I can't have postpartum.
Right.
Like, that's not a thing for me. So, I'm not a real expert on having to deal with something that I've never had to deal with.
Right. But you are a child of divorce. And mind you were older at the time. But in hindsight, do you think that was something you probably needed counseling or maybe as a family unit to go in and have therapy?
No.
You don't?
Here's the reason. It's not going to get your parents back together. And probably part of it is like, you know me, I'm very black and white. It's like, hey, guess what? By doing this, it's not going to fix the problem. So why do I need to go do this? Why do I need to go try to go down a path that's not going to make anything any better? It's just going to waste my time, energy, and effort. I would rather waste it, or not waste it. I would rather use it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's where you and I differ, because even when your mom passed, you just didn't see the value of even going to like group.
It wasn't going to bring her back, so.
Yeah. But some people see a lot of value in talking with other people and coping with other experiences and learning.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not my mechanism to do it. That doesn't make it right or wrong. Yeah. Everybody does it different, but.
Absolutely. Okay, so moving on. Gentle parenting and discipline changes. So less physical punishment or strict discipline, more focus on natural consequences, communication, time ins instead of time outs. I want to pick your brain on this one because this is definitely a one that we remember growing up in the 80s.
Yep.
Parenting is a little different as far as discipline.
Spank you on your butt. You're a pain in the butt. You get spanked on the butt is what it is. Shape up.
I know people are going to have something to say about this, but this is how I know that it wasn't really hurting me. I remember I was a stinker toddler, I wasn't a toddler. I was probably older than that, but I remember my dad spanking me and I turned to him and I was like, that didn't hurt. And he was like, come here and I'll make it hurt. I was just like, I was always testing the waters a little bit. So again, not condoning spanking, maybe that might not work, but it's just a different way of parenting. So
probably not PC in today's
world. Correct. But so what to end it up today, do you think that parenting nowadays, especially for these new parents, parenting in a social media day, do you think that's going to make things harder or easier?
I'd say harder. Here's the reason I say harder is you didn't have to worry about little Timmy's friend posting or little Sally's friend posting. And now you have all these outside things and, oh, well, they don't have a phone or they do have a phone and they said this or they're in a group chat and I wasn't involved in the group chat.
Yeah.
It's just more to worry about. There's enough the way it is.
Right. And then you have to worry about kids getting involved with adults online that they think is a child or, things that we had to worry about the guy in the white van offering us candy. And it's not really that anymore. Those people are hiding on social media or, chats online. So I don't think that boomers versus millennial, one generation parenting is better than the other. It's just different. And at the end of the day, you just have to do the best you can, raising and reaching out to people who might have done it already, asking questions and using resources that are available to you to be the best parents that you can be. All right, what do you got to
be all you can
be all that you can be? What do you have for us today?
Okay,
finance.
How early is too early to talk about retirement?
Oh, well, I mean, like we just mentioned in the beginning of the episode, it gets here before you know it. So probably it's never too early to talk retirement.
Answer. What are you, married to a financial advisor or something? Look at you go. Okay, so why couples delay retirement conversation? Common beliefs. One, we'll figure out later. A lot of people they like to procrastinate. Have you ever procrastinated on anything in your life?
I would say I am very not a procrastinator. I like to get things done right away. I like to definitely get it off my list and not think about it. I purposely got off of your camera because I knew your face would be exactly that. But no, you're watching this on YouTube. You can see his face. No, I'm the queen of procrastination. Correct.
You'll start one thing and then you'll go
That's
to
'cause I'm a
another
scatterbrain.
and go to another and go to another and never finish the first one.
Yeah, I'm a total scatterbrain.
Until later.
Correct.
Which might be 4 days later.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so procrastination is one thing, and a lot of people are like, I will get to it. However, let's learn about procrastination and let's learn about the time value of money here. Have you ever heard of what's called the Rule of 72?
The Rule of 72. I feel like that's way too old to be retiring. So it can't be the age you're retiring.
It's not the age you retire.
72%?
No.
Okay. No. Please share.
Okay.
The audience.
So you divide 72 by the number of years desired to see how long it takes something to double. Or you could do it as...
Why is it 72?
That's just how the rule works.
But who came up with this rule?
It's just a mathematical formula.
Okay.
Like you can do math and it kind of works out the same way.
Okay.
So for instance, if you earned, say you had 100 grand and you earned a 6% rate of return, it would take you 12 years, which is equals 72. So in essence, your money would double at that point in time. So 100 grand, if you earn 6%, takes 12 years for your money to double. Pretty basic there.
Yeah.
So if you're got a 7.2% rate of return every 10 years, your money would double. So let's put that in perspective for you. So, why do today what you could delay later, right? That's what a lot of people think in regards to retirement. I'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people I sit with or I meet with and I'm like, hey, do you have your will done? No. Well, I'll get to that. I'm like, you're 63 years old.
Yeah.
Like, you might want to get to that sooner rather than later. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. Like, let's make sure this happens. Now,
yeah, no one's
guaranteed tomorrow. Whether it be 25 or 35 or, 68, it doesn't matter. You need to make sure that gets done. So here's some quick math for you. Assuming you earned a 7.2% rate of return, Bob, age 50.
Does that rate of return change?
I'm just giving you a basic. Yeah. Obviously, nothing goes in a straight line. 7.2, 7.2, 7.2.
So sometimes it can be higher?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes way higher. Sometimes negative or, lower. Absolutely.
Okay.
So let's just say you average 7.2%. So if Bob was age 50 and he invested 100 grand and he said, all right, I'm going to compound this till I get to age 65. So 15 years later, that 100 grand would have grown to be about $285,000. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. However, if you would have put the same 100 grand in, we'll say Anna, age 30,
Mm-hmm.
you put 100 grand in and you let that compound 7.2% from 30,
Mm-hmm.
from at 100 grand all the way up to age 65, you're talking $1,150,000.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about how soon should you start saving for retirement, it absolutely matters.
Yeah.
The power of compounding it is such a big thing. So you want to do it early, you want to do it often, but you might say, oh my gosh, I'm behind. What should I do? Well, you should start now and you can start systematically putting in. Now, a lot of people might have a 401k or a SEP or a simple or some type of retirement plan through work. You can start as simple as $100 a month going in there. A lot of times your employer will match, which will help. If you can do a traditional 401k or a Roth 401k, which one do you think we should urge our listeners to do? Let's see.
Roth.
Why?
I don't,
Why would I do
because
a
of the
Roth?
taxes.
What happens with the taxes?
You are taxed up front, but not when you pull it out.
Well, yeah, in that sense, yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Ooh, I'm learning.
So if you put your $100 in, right away you're taxed on that $100 you put in, but you put it in the Roth. Their match is always going to go to the traditional side.
Mm-hmm.
But you put your $100 in, you tax on right away, but that'll keep growing. And that $100, if it grows to be $500 by the time that you retire, guess what? All tax-free. Whoop, whoop.
So you gave the example of a 62-year-old that hadn't even started yet. What did they do?
No. I said a 50-year-old
Oh,
that put 100 grand in.
Gotcha. But so what if people really, truly did wait that long?
then they're going to have to work a while, or their retirements. Everybody's got the ability to retire. It's just what type of standard of living you're going to have. Like I had a conversation earlier today with somebody that was 64 and he had like $750,000. And I said, well, what if we were able to set you up in a way to have you, retire right now? And I go, would you? He's like, maybe. I'd like to work, but maybe. He goes, I really like to get to $1 million. And I'll just call him Joe for this sake today or tonight. So as we're going through this, and I go, Joe, here's the deal. Between you and your wife, you're making about $250,000 a year. You have 700. You're going to need a lot more than that because you're spending at way more rapid a pace than what you actually think. He thought he was spending like $6,000 a month. I'm like, no, you're only saving $12,000 a year. You're not spending just $6,000 a month. So he's like, okay, I need to go back to the drawing board. Yeah, you do, because that's a big number that we have to figure out. Mm-hmm. So that matters. But if you want additional tips or financial advice, go to our website. Go to financially4everafter.com.
Yeah.
Ask a question, leave a comment, apply to have a 15-minute consultation with myself or one of my two advisors.
Yeah.
No charge.
Or if you're a boomer or a millennial and you just want to weigh in on today's parenting conversation, maybe you don't agree, maybe you 100% agree. We want to hear that as well. And what was our other segment? You're getting old.
You're getting older. When? Send in some, you're getting older. We'll read it on one of our next episodes.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a shout out.
Make sure you like and subscribe on all of our social media platforms to not miss a future episode. Thank you again.
Hold on. What are those episodes? Or where did they listen to us?
Sure. Thank you for reminding me. You can like and subscribe on YouTube to watch. And we are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. And then you can listen on Spotify and Apple. So thanks again for joining us on another episode of Financially Forever After a Love and Money podcast.
Securities offered through Great Point Capital, LLC, member SIPC. Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Acadia Life Insurance. Schunkweiler Financial is an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through AE Wealth Management, LLC, acronym AEWM, a registered investment advisor. AEWM does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Acadia Life Insurance are not subject to investment advisor requirements. AEWM and Acadia Life Insurance are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. Schunkweiler Financial is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein, provided by third parties, have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Schunkweiler Financial.